Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Coach Oak Show on Coach Oak TV. You're here with Coach Oak. We did a thing! Check out that ladder right there. Check out that ladder. Check it out. Go, look. Number what? Ooh, I actually somehow managed to make it to the top of the doubles UU ladder. I know that's nowhere near, like, the ladder you want to be at the top of. But, you know, I'm still find this pretty cool. I've never reached the top of the ladder. I never really tried a ladder that much, to be honest. Just a little bit and whatnot. But yeah, we have reached the top of the doubles UU ladder. What we're going to do today is go through that team and talk about it a little bit. We may even do a match, which would be real embarrassing if I then lost. But the problem with that is it's very hard to find doubles UU matches, especially once you get higher on the ladder, because it doesn't want to pair you with people lower. But yeah, so let's do that. I'm gonna basically talk about the team and everything while we see if we can get one battle in. Not intending for this to be a showdown. Massive thing. So, team. First off, we have Necrozma with a Psychium Z off of Prismatic Laser, Calm Mind, Morning Sun, Trick Room. Max special attack, max HP, min speed. So, let me give a little background, because you're kind of, he's still running Psychium Z Prismatic Laser. Wasn't that like the beginning of Sun and Moon meta? Yeah, it was. That was what I ran then. I ran it every single level it was legal, and I still like that set, more or less. Doubles especially, I do still like the set. It's worked out. This, honestly, Necrozma is kind of the linchpin of the team. Because it sets Trick Room, takes typically 2 knockouts. I mean, you can't really complain about that. Because it's bulky enough naturally that most people can't, especially because knockoffs typically what they use to try to hurt it. Well, with the Z move, that's going to take less. So, very nice, and the Prism Armor, of course, helping that as well. So knockoff's base power gets real kind of low. Yeah, this team is... So I went back and I just decided I wanted to play a little showdown on last weekend. And I kind of went, I always like double U. So I found my super old team. It was my team I made right at the beginning of the Sun and Moon meta. Didn't use it really much. I just kind of made one. And it was the same as this team, which is Necrozma, Blaziken, Sylveon, Conkeldurr, Crawdaunt, Shaman Sky. Except it had Darkrai over Shaman Sky, and it had a Genesect when Genesect was still legal. So I tick validate, Genesect no longer illegal, no problem. I switched it out for Conkeldurr. And went a little heavier Trick Room, but the idea behind the team remained the same, and I kept all the same sets, kept all the same everything. I did no optimization, which there is a lot less optimization with this team, though. I will completely admit that. It's a lead. It used to be lead Scarf Genesect and Specs Darkrai. That was the lead. And then I had Blaziken in the back if I wanted to keep the fast mode going, or I had Necrozma to go Trick Room mode. That was kind of always what happened. This team turned into always lead Blaziken and lead the Shaman Sky, which was a Darkrai. I switched out to Shaman Sky just for a little Fire Water Grass thing going on there with Crawdaunt as well. So it's essentially a hyper aggressive lead. I'm looking to 1 or 2 turns, take 1 or 2 knockouts, kill something off, set Trick Room with Necrozma. But while I still have that massive threat, they typically leave, like, they typically have to focus on Blaziken or Shaman Sky if it's still there. Because they know if they don't, it's still going to destroy it. So when Necrozma sets Trick Room, so once you're aggressive with that and realize, hey, even if I set Trick Room this turn, and Blaziken dies next turn while Necrozma kills one of the things, I'm good. Basically, the top 2 need to get 1 or 2 kills. Necrozma needs to set Trick Room and get a kill, and then the rest are going to take over. So Blaziken is Focus Sash, Speed Boost, not Mega, because I did want that Sash. High Jump Kick, Flare Blitz, Sword Stance, Protect, Max Attack, Max Speed, Adamant. Yeah, so basically, I'll say there's a bit of some weirdness going on with the set. But I can either Protect turn 1 if I really need to. That's typically I don't. I typically either Sword Stance turn 1, or I high jump kick, if it's something I think I can take out right away. The thought behind that is, with the sash, I'm okay, and I'm expecting Choice Spec Shaman's Guy to take a knockout. Or, if it can't take a knockout, Serene Grace Air Slash, get a flinch to keep this thing from being doubled into and killed. Sword Stance is just, if I think I can get out of this turn with it still alive, if I think they're going to kill Shaman's Guy, and it can kill something, if I get the Sword Stance up, then I can just nuke stuff. And suddenly Blaziken's drawing all the attention. They have to double in. I can kind of focus things there. Yeah. So, and the Flare Blitz is actually, like, Flare Blitz taking recoil, it's kind of annoying because, you know, focus sash. But also, it's kind of nice when it's turn 2. Necrozma's already in, but Shaman's Guy went down. Shaman's Guy took a knockout. It went down. Blaziken high jumped, kicked, and got brought down to sash. So typically, 2 things died on the other side. Maybe it's 1 and 1's really low. But 2 things died on the other side. Blaziken's at sash, and Shaman went down. That's a perfect first turn for this team. Right? That's a perfect first turn. I'm just looking to absolutely take knockouts before you can. Then I'm going to use Flare Blitz to pick up a knockout turn 2 with Blaziken. Now it's speed boosted up, but it's going to die off. Necrozma's still bulky enough to live that 1 hit. Trick Room. Then I get a Trick Roomer in for, not free, but for this team essentially free. Because Speed Boost Blaziken and Trick Room, not what you want. It's dying next turn anyways. Now obviously priority can be a problem there and things like that, but that's where Flare Blitz is kind of nice because I can choose to kind of kill myself too. We have Choice Spec Sylveon, Hyper Voice, Hyper Beam, Psyshock, and Baton Pass. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think I've ever clicked anything but Hyper Voice, Hyper Beam. I have Psyshock just for a little bit of coverage, I guess. I don't even know what doesn't hit steel types. Probably should be switched out for something to hit steel types, I guess. I don't know. The Baton Pass is just, if I get it in and I suddenly don't like what's going on, I can just Baton Pass first turn instead. Never done it. Don't really expect ever to. But, yeah, so Absolute Nuke. And I do click Hyper Beam quite a lot, because Sylveon's kind of my late game finisher. So if there's only 1 mon left, I'm clicking Hyper Beam, and I'm destroying your face. Yeah, so that's kind of thing. Sylveon puts in a lot of work late game. Once Trick Room's up, it kind of goes. Conkeldur's a bit of my... It can be fast, but it really prefers slow, right? But if something happens, both my leads go down first turn. If they go double spread move, like double Blizzard or something like that, then I can have Conkeldurr that can kind of stay fast with that Mach Punch, or it can go slow and Drain Punch after. So we've got Guts with the Flame Orb, Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, and Knock Off. Ideally, I've got this in a place where I feel safe to click Bulk Up the first turn, get the Bulk Up boost, get the Guts boost, and then destroy with Conkeldurr. Knock Off for Ghosts, fighting for everything else, essentially. Well, Psychic, obviously, I'm going to hit Knock Off too. So it's looking to get that boost with that Bulk Up and then get there. So it's a bit of setup. Yeah. Crawdon, we have Focus Sash, Crawdon, Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Knockoff, and Sword Stance. Honestly, I don't ever really click Sword Stance with Crawdon. Unless it's in with Blaziken where they're both at full, then I'll probably both have them click Sword Stance. But typically I don't. Aqua Jet, if I need to pick stuff off, or again, something happens, like sometimes things happen, you don't get Trick Room up, right? So I have strong priority out of those Trick Room guys that mitigates that if that's an issue. Waterfall to just, with adaptability, destroy things. Knock Off to, again, just, and it covers switches really nice. But there's a lot of things that knock off hits in this meta. There's a lot of Psychic and a lot of Dark in this meta. So you can see, we've been going like 7 minutes and not found a battle. It is not ideal time either, but yeah, this is pretty typical. You kind of do something else and you kind of just sit and wait and hope for a battle. But I grinded through the ladder. WU is fun though. WU is really fun meta. Anyways, I mentioned Choice Spec, Shaman's Guy, Air Slash, Seed Flare, Dazzling Gleam, and the Psychic. I've played around a bit with the last two coverage moves, like Earth Power could be there, or, you know, there's some other things, right? Like, it's got some stuff. Could run Giga Drain, could run Tailwind if I really wanted to, although I don't think that would fit it. I could run an HP, but yeah, I've gone with Psychic, Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam has come in handy a couple times. Honestly, more than Seed Flare. I don't really ever click Seed Flare. Yeah, I haven't really ever clicked Seed Flare. Then you got Psychic, just there in case I'm matched up on, I don't even know, Poison type, I guess, that I don't like the matchup of. I don't know. But, yeah, right, this is your guy who led the ladder. I'm like, yeah, it's there, this team's very much a, you do your trick and you do it real darn well, type team. Choice Specs, Air Slash, boom. Max speed, 127 speed, outspeeds Darkrai, which, that's kind of why I switched out Darkrai, because I was getting outsped by these hyper offensive Shaman's Guys. Now, Darkrai does have Ice Beam most of the time in this meta, so if it lives, it's a problem. So if I have to kill the thing beside it because it's threatening, then it's going to kill Shaman, and then Blaziken's going to kill Darkrai. Essentially is what happens most of the time. Unless I jump kick misses, which is then very unfortunate, and we have to deal. Because Darkrai is a bit of a problem for Necrozma. It's the main kind of issue it faces, so typically then I have to go into Conkeldurr beside Blaziken and deal with Darkrai that way. Yeah, so this is the team, guys. Like, Necrozma's honestly the linchpin here. It's the only set that I'm kind of like, is kind of interesting. Because it's bulky enough to set Trick Room at min speed, and like 79, it's not slow to be like Trick Room, but typically it's outspeeding things at min speed in Trick Room. Most of the meta. And get the Trick Room up. It's got Morning Sun to keep itself alive. It can Calm Mind if it wants. Just get itself back up. Typically, I'll kill something with Psychium Z first, and then if I'm waiting to use that Prismatic later, I'll Morning Sun or Calm Mind. Just kind of keep it alive. Keep it alive if it wants to, if it can set Trick Room a second time as well. And that's kind of the team. That's what we did, but we have reached the top of the ladder, and I thought I would share. I thought this would be a fun little video to do right after I wake up, because, I don't know, I woke up and thought about you guys, so feel loved, feel the love. But we reached the #1 rank on the W ladder. I've never reached the top of the ladder before. We have climbed all the way to the top with our buddy Necrozma, and I'm just gonna, we're good. I hope you have a great day, everybody, because Coach Oak said so. It is time for me to go. It is time for you to go play some WU and try to catch me. See you next time, everybody.